Hi folks, welcome to my winter wonderland. I don't know, what is it, about 2:30 here? Having trouble reading it. 2:30, 2:11, and around 25 degrees. It's Tuesday. This one says -2. I don't know, could you guys see that? And that one says 31. That's because this is in the sun, warms up very nicely, and my batteries are all charged up there. My big Energizer in the back there. So, what's going on? First of all, about all this snow, parental guidance.
Oh, come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Yeah, I've about had enough of this snow stuff. I'm not here to give you guys weather reports, but we got about 2 or 3 inches, and then we got about 10 inches, then we got another couple of inches, and my hoop buildings, they're not feeling so good. Yeah, they're kind of crunching down a little bit on me. The ones in the back are faring slightly better. The one that's only, I don't know, like just barely 9 foot across, it actually still has a hoop up. The one that I stretched out to almost 10 foot across, it's pressed down quite a bit. And obviously these things here aren't feeling all that well. So about these hoop buildings, they seem that they can handle about a foot of snow. Normally I'm not fighting this kind of snow. We rarely have any more than a couple inches on the ground that lasts, and in this case we have about 12 inches on the ground. And the ugly part is we got a nor'easter coming up the coast for Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, which is really gonna press all this stuff down quite a lot. There's gonna be a hell of a lot more snow out here. Then after that, a few days later, the long range claims it's going to warm up a little bit. Yeah, normally we don't have this much snow, and it's running about 10 degrees below normal. So not only do we have this much snow, but it's staying here. This has been a busy week, even though I don't work. I worked Friday night. I was off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. I've been having to get my certifications refired at work. There's a business commitment certification that has to do with intellectual property. So I had to get all that stuff straightened around again. Boy, you only had to work for a few weeks and everything goes to heck. And I had to have my hearing recertified, and I had to kind of go through another company physical to make sure that they want me back. I guess doctor's physical isn't quite enough, so sure enough, they do want me back. So I'm all certified and officially back to work, and it's not a thrill. All the talk of layoffs makes it very hard to go, and and then if you survive the layoff, they're talking about selling my division, which also makes it hard. So it's like, oh great, I survived the layoffs, and then a new company comes in to kick me in the face. So all that makes work kind of hard. About the Hoard, I did a lot of very, very, very bad planning this year. I mean, I had my foot to the floor, and I was really trying to get things straightened up before the cold weather hit. So I got, a few of these bikes inside, which was good, right? They're not outside in the snow, so that's a positive. But in the land of negative, I really have no place to work. This place is stuffed full, and that's not the way one should have a functional workshop. And where you get into trouble, obviously having a bike in front of the door doesn't help matters at all. But even without the bike in front of the door, you know, unless these guys are all aired up and ready to go, even should I, insulate the ceiling and put a propane heater in here or something, or a pellet stove, or all the above, it doesn't do you much good if before you roll these things out, you got to fill them up and, jack them up and, do all kinds of crazy things. So I painted myself in the corner for this winter, though I've kind of set myself up better than I have for winters before. This winter was more winter than I planned on, and winter's winning, and I'm kind of losing here. It's just, one has to be able to get to their toys. One has to be able to, to function, to be able to move without knocking something over every time you stand up. So I've painted myself in the corner. And I'd like to tell you, this is a piece of cake. Next week, one of the comments I always like to make, you should either be working on something or setting yourself up for future success for when you can work on something. So if you're, let's say I'm at work and during my lunch break, right? If I'm not working on something, one of these, because I'm on lunch break at work, the least I could do is order some parts or something. Well, even with that, I'm about full, right? I can't order too many more of these engines. I really don't have any place to put them. I mean, my carts are full of engines. This is a great situation to be in, because when I want to do something, I'm not out, stabbing about for parts, but I find myself stabbing about for some place to work on things. Right? I can't just open the door and push this out because I got a foot of snow in the way, And if I do open the door and push it out, after I clear the snow, then I got to open the door and get it back in. The best place, I'm going to use the word workshop, however one wants to call it. The best situation that you can have is that you walk in, you turn on the lights, it's already 40 degrees or so you only have to warm it up another 20 degrees and you're all ready to go. This place isn't too bad. I mean, it's 23 right now, but it was like -7 Fahrenheit. I don't know, what's that, -15 or so centigrade last night. So, I mean, it's already bounced up to 23 degrees. What would it really take if the place was insulated to warm it up? It wouldn't take a horrible amount. And at 23, 30, as you're at 30 degrees, if the air is warm, it doesn't hurt too bad to touch a cold bolt, right? It really hurts when the bolt is like 10 degrees or 5 degrees and you touch it and your fingers try to stick to it. All right. Haven't been buying too much stuff. Why? Because not only is my crap buried under the snow, but so is everybody else's. So there hasn't been too much showing up to buy. And as a matter of fact, there's a bike in New Jersey, a YouTuber said I can have. I got to get down there to pick it up, but it's a matter of you got to get through the snow. And now that I'm quasi-functional from a work point of view and from I could go out and play point of view, I have another issue that I have to be able to get to wherever the bike is with my truck. I have to get it loaded on. Which, if there's a foot of snow between me and the bike, is difficult. I mean, with this thing I could drag it, but if I bring this thing with me, I have no place to put the bike in the truck. So, it has to be in a place such that I could get the truck to load it there, or get it to the truck to get loaded, and then I have to get it home. So, even though it's in southern Jersey, that appears to be where all the storms are coming. My son lives out in York, Pennsylvania, and I guess they're really supposed to get slammed out there. And I guess, he's getting slammed. All the folks down south, I guess Virginia. Well, if one, I don't know where the Mason-Dixon line is, but I don't know where one considers the South and doesn't consider South anymore. But the Ohio Valley, all that's supposed to really get snowed up pretty good with this nor'easter. Depending, once again, does it turn inland or does it go out to sea? If it goes out to sea, this will be another one of those occasions where they talk big snow and we get nothing. And by the way, getting nothing is okay with me. So that's what I'm up to. Sorry it hasn't been exciting. Sorry it hasn't been much fun. But when you're fighting this kind of weather, sometimes it's better to retreat and come back a little later. What else could I say? There's not a lot. I did get this place cleaned up pretty well. I made a lot of progress up here. There is more progress I need to make. If I didn't have this pile of stuff sitting in the island here, this bike could move in. That bike could have come in. If that bike would have come in, I could take the side cover off and see if the engine's worth keeping. This bike is a matter of taking the plastic, rack off and pulling the rear end, pulling the back tires off, pulling the rear end. The chain is free, so the rear end truly is seized. You can bounce the chain. The chain isn't seized up. The rear end is. So that's a matter of removing 2 bolts plus the 2 additional bolts for the chain tightener. No big deal, but you got to be able to do it, right? In my experience is bolts seem to like to snap in the cold weather better than they like to snap in the warm weather, though I've broken them in both warm and cold weather. So I'm going to take it apart, spray it, wait overnight, and pull the rear end out. I already fished out the rear end. Right, it's just a matter of bolting it up, bolt the rear end to this, throw a set of tires on it, and then at least this guy starts, runs, rolls, and I can move it around. Whether I move it to a better resting place outside, once again after the snow lets up a little bit, or I keep it in here and just roll it in and out when I want to work. One of the other things I should really do, I should probably concrete this area in front of the doors, whether I make a 4, 6, 8 foot apron out there. Just make it easier to shovel it clean, and then roll the bikes in and out, or stage stuff to come in and out. It would just neaten up the whole situation all that much more. Alright folks, sorry this is a babbling video instead of a working video. I got to get back to the working videos, hopefully over the next week. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Guys, feel free to ask about anything you would kind of like videotaped whilst I'm kind of in between projects. It's relatively easy to come out and videotape, and if you guys are interested in any of the stories on any of this stuff, where it came from, a lot of it does have some interesting pedigree. I've been collecting it for 30-something years, so almost everything in here has a story. In some cases, the story might even be more valuable than the unit itself. So feel free to ask, and guys, we'll catch you on the next episode of the Hoard. Till then, remember to keep your tires down, your handlebars up, try to stay out of the snow unless you're a snowmobiler, and persevere. Spring will come, and then we'll go out and play and have more fun. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Take care, folks.